I'm gonna show you how to assemble IKEA HAUGA Bedside Table. This is the one here. Let's do it. And you're getting one box with this IKEA HAUGA Bedside Table, useful tools, bigger and smaller electric screwdriver, hammer, knee pads if you're working on a hardwood floor or even on the carpet to protect your knees. I'm just gonna open one box. We have manual instructions you're not gonna need if you're gonna follow this video here. I'm gonna open everything up quickly just for you to see what you're getting, but we're gonna go one by one through everything. We're getting one box with all screws, rails and all the fittings you need. You're gonna have two plastic bags. First one is marked 1 and second one A. We're gonna first put down those side panels, position them exactly as I have it here. You're gonna have easier time during the assembly if you work in this way. We're gonna open bag A first. Just few screws and few plastic things in it. Not too much stuff. That's good. That indicates that's not gonna be too much work there. So we're gonna have a rails. Gonna have 4 parts, 2 for the side panels and 2 for the drawers. Those ones are for the side panels. They are marked CR and CL, so left and right. So this one coming to this side. That's why I say position the panels and the rails exactly as I do in here. You're gonna have easy time during the assembly. So 2 holes. Place the rails right on the top of it. Each rail have the entrance, which is here right on the top of the wheel. So that's on the top part always, because the drawer gonna come through that side. This one is the left one CL and the right one CR. 4 small screws coming in. So 2 small screws for each rail. Secure them completely in. If you leave them out, they gonna make a sound when you're gonna put the drawer in, like metal on metal, squeaky sound, so make sure they're completely in. Now we have 2 dividing panels. They are slightly different. So the one have the gap here at the back, the other one don't. On the other side, they have 2 holes, but the holes are spread differently. So here is bigger gap, here is smaller gap from the edges. You're gonna work first with the one with the bigger gap without the gap at the back. This one have a gap, this one don't. So we're gonna work with the one without the gap first. So the holes are slightly further from the edge than on the other panel. And now position the panel exactly as I'm gonna do it here. So this one gonna be for the bottom part of the drawer. Holes now facing towards me. On the edges, on the plain side, you have 2 holes. That's gonna be on the top, so that's gonna be at the back of the drawer. Now we're gonna have those 2 holes. They have bigger opening on one side and smaller on the other side, so we're gonna go right into the bigger opening. Lift the dividing panel up, slide it into the bigger opening in the hole, and then push it down once you don't have the gap between panels, just like this. Slide it into the bigger opening, both at the same time. And once you're in and you don't have any gap, you can push the panel down, push the dividing panel down, and you're in the right position when the gap is like this. So the edge is right on the beginning of the gap. Top panel, 2 holes and 1 gap. The gap on the other side gonna be on the inner side. Position the panel exactly as I'm gonna do it here. So this gap gonna line up right here. Turn the panel this way. So the gap lining up here. So the holes are now facing towards you and the gap facing towards me. Place it into the bigger opening in the holes in both at the same time and just push the panel down. Sometimes it go easy, sometimes a little bit harder, but make sure you're in the right position when the gap's lining up. So the edge is gonna line up on the top and the gap's gonna line up right here. You see, nice clean line. And here at the back, the end of the panel lining up with the beginning of the gap. If you're not gonna have it like this, you're gonna have a hard time to put the back panel in, so make sure you're in the right position with the gaps. Now the second side panel, We're gonna do all 4 holes at the same time, so just place the panels into the bigger opening, all 4 at the same time. Once you're in, you can push the panels down where you don't have any gaps between the panels. Same on the top, same at the bottom. And push the panels down. You see, reducing the gap to nothing, so the edge is lining up nicely, and same at the bottom. So everything lining up nicely. Now we can put the bottom panel. The colored part is on the inner side now. At the end of the color panel, there is 2 holes. Those 2 holes gonna line up with the bottom panel holes on the edge. If it doesn't go in all the way to the gap, lift it this way upside down and make sure the panel coming all the way in to the gap in the top dividing panel. Now the holes are lining up. We're gonna open bag number 1. First we're gonna use those 2 bigger plastics and 2 smaller plastics. So there is 1 female and 1 male part. The female coming in first and the male securing the connection. Just place them completely in. You can go by finger here, you don't need a hammer, they go quite easy. Now we have 2 different kind of plastic that's gonna go for to secure the back panel with the side panels, 2 on each of the side panel. So the bigger plastic coming in first, make sure it's all the way in. And exactly the same on the other side. 2 plastics securing the side here. 2 smaller part of the plastic coming in now. Those ones sometimes they go quite harder in, so you can use the hammer after if they don't go all the way in by hand. Just don't go too heavy on it, it's just plastic connection, so just easy, make sure the plastic is completely in. Now we can turn the unit this way. We're gonna have this slim panel with the 2 holes on one side and 2 holes on the other side. The holes are slightly different on each side, so make sure you on this side, not on this side. And now we can slide the panel in to the holes at the bottom. 2 plastic legs, those they are legs and they're gonna secure the small panel which we just did as well in place. Just secure it in. Go gently here if you're gonna go with hammer, because it's just the plastic, it's easy to break. Exactly the same on the other side. And we're gonna have another 2 legs at the bottom, and they're slightly different, just place them in by hand. So the bottom is done. Now we can turn it up. And we're gonna have this panel, so 2 big holes at the back, 2 holes on the edge. Place 2 wooden plugs in to each hole. Sometimes they go by hand, sometimes you need to use hammer. Just make sure the wooden plugs are in completely. Slide it between the side panels on the top, so there's going to be 4 holes, 2 on the dividing panel and 1 on each of the side panels. Place it exactly as I have it here, big holes facing towards me now, and slide it down between the panels into those 2 small holes first. Once you don't have any gap between panels, you're gonna need exactly the same plastics as we used at the back panel at the bottom. So place the female part in first on each side through the big holes and secure it with the male to secure the connection. This go easy by hand, those ones are easier to push in. We have the main unit ready. Now we're gonna do the drawers. Front panel, you're gonna need 4 of these screws and place them in the exact same holes as I'm gonna do it here. Make sure you just go till the stopper, not deeper, not higher. This kind of ring on the screw, so just go right to the end. Now we're gonna have 2 side panels. Place 1 wooden plugs in each of them. Secure it. And you can place the panels in now into the front panel. 1 is left, 1 is right. Slide them in. You're gonna have plastic locks. On each locks you have an arrow. Point the arrow towards the screw and place them completely in. Once you're in, secure them by twisting them to the right side. That's how we secure the connection. Exactly the same on the other side. Arrow pointing to the floor or to the screw. Once you're completely in, twist them to the right side with a screwdriver to secure the connection. Now we're gonna have bottom panel, one side plain, one side colored. Colored side is on the inner side, plain side facing towards you. Back panel, gap sliding into the back panel, and between the side panels there is 2 gaps as well. Once you're completely in on all 3 sides, you're gonna use those plastics. Just slide them in. There is no metal screws here, so this is the new connection here. Slide them completely in. Make sure there is no gap on the side panels and on the bottom panel as well. You're gonna have an easy time when you're gonna put those locks. They are exactly the same, so arrow pointing to the first plastic part or to the edge. Place them in and twist them to the right side to secure the connection at the back. Now we're gonna do the rails. On each rail there is a wheel, and the wheel is always at the back of the drawer. Just place them in like this, 2 screws, secure them in, and secure them completely in, so there is no, the head is not sticking out. Otherwise you're gonna have a hard time. You cannot slide the drawer in, or if yes, you're gonna hear the squeaking sign like metal on metal. Same here on the other side, wheel at the back, and secure the rail with the 2 small screws. Now we're gonna have this screw which is gonna secure the drawer handle. Place it from the inner side and secure the drawer handle. Now we can place the drawer in. So first, wheels over the wheels, lift the front side up slightly, slide the drawer in. I'm gonna show you through the different position as well. When you want to take it out, lift it up slightly and wheels over the wheels, take it out. Okay, when you're coming in, wheels over the wheels and slide it in. And that's how you assemble IKEA HAUGA Bedside Table. I hope you enjoyed. If yes, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. As always, you will make my day. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day.